Got here. Hope you're having a great day. I've been thinking a lot about the healing journey. Obviously, we each have our own journey that we're on. Some haven't begun yet. And I think sometimes it's easy to feel as though we're missing out. Like, oh, maybe I should be on this path or that path. And especially with social media, I think it can be very easy to feel drawn to, the flashiest object or the loudest voice, or the latest iteration of some modality or intervention. And I realize that, we each have to follow our own calling, in a sense, along that healing journey, and begin when we're ready, obviously. And sometimes it's hard. It's just freaking hard to, say, all right, I'm going to start working on this. I'm ready to deal with this. On the Trauma Therapist podcast, I interview a lot of survivors, quote unquote. Recently, Kelly Gunter, who wrote a book called, I forget what the name of it, something about Pretty Face. And then Phil Goldstein, who wrote a collection of poems. Both Kelly Gunter and Phil Goldstein, incredible people, super inspiring. I can't imagine going through what these individuals did. But I guess my purpose in sharing that is, they got to a point through their own healing journey where they said, okay, enough is enough. And I need to work on this. And with myself, I really feel like with what's been going on with me, and I talk about that on my new podcast, The Right Now Project. But I'm ready. I'm ready to move through. And that's why I've been talking a lot about the power I feel of being who we are, whether you're a therapist or not. The power of being able to be ourselves in the moment, to be present, to not be so concerned with artifice and imagined ideals of how we should act, but rather allowing ourselves to feel, to be vulnerable, and to create a relationship with someone, to be in that moment with someone. For me, there's so much power in that. And I realize we each have to move, to take our own steps, again, our own path along the way. And I think to understand that is important, because again, I think it's very easy. It's easy for myself, who I interview a lot of trauma therapists. It's easy to feel like you need to be doing this, or you need to be reading that, and sometimes we get lost. A lot of times we get lost, and we don't trust ourselves. That's what this is about. I think that's what a lot of what I'm doing is about. Learning how to trust myself. Oh man, it's hard. It's hard to realize and admit that. Ooh, okay. Have an awesome day.